Hi, everyone. It's Marcy again. Today is October 7th of 2020, and it is the 7th anniversary of my mother's death today. I still miss her very profoundly on a daily basis. I think of all the things that she's missed out on with my life and how much she would love my husband and how happy she would have been at our wedding and how absolutely proud she would be of her grandchildren right now, um, as they are young adults building wonderful lives for themselves. And I feel bad that she's missed all of these things. And as a daughter, I'm still grieving. It's not as acute as it had been. It's not as mind-numbingly painful or heart-wrenchingly, hysterical, but it's still there. It still weighs on me. I still talk to her many times a week. I don't know if she can hear me or whatever or not. And I've had a few experiences, one with a psychic and a bunch of very clear, detailed dreams where I could feel her moving my hair and feel her kissing my neck. And I just want to tell everybody the reason I'm talking to you right now is that if you're going through something hard, just realize that it's just for today. You might be having a bad day and missing somebody more profoundly than you normally do, or maybe you just lost somebody. I'm sorry that we all go through heartbreak, and it's part of the human existential question. Um, Grief isn't linear. I say that in my book. I say that all the time. You're not going to each day steadily feel better, and it doesn't always get better by degrees in a linear day by day by day by day fashion. Sometimes it feels like that, where you get more time since the event happened and you start to cry less often or feel the pain less acutely, but the loss is always there. And the missing of the person is always there, especially around holidays, especially around significant calendar days like October 7th always looms large in my life. And it's okay to miss them. And it's okay to cry. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel however you feel. Feelings are not wrong. However you feel is however you feel. And you shouldn't let anybody make you feel badly or guilty or silly or stupid or vulnerable or whatever because you feel how you feel. You have to feel the feelings that you feel, acknowledge them, and let them flow through you and feel all of them, swim around in their depths in order to get through it. You can't sidestep things. This isn't a pylon in the middle of the street where there's construction that you can drive around. This is the only way out is through. I have it tattooed on my arm for a reason. You can't sidestep it because it's just going to keep affecting you. It's going to keep pervasively affecting, if not your focus and your clarity and your sense of peace and calm in your life, but it could also affect your gastrointestinal system. It could cause headaches. It could wreak havoc on your body. Feeling your feelings is the most important, authentically human thing that we can do. If you're sad, feel sad. If you're angry, feel angry. If you're happy, feel angry. Happy, feel happy. It is what it is. Like when my mom died 7 years ago, I was really sad and angry that I was never going to get closure with her. For any of you who've read, for those of you who read my book or who know my story, my mom and I didn't speak for the last 18 months of her life because her bipolarity and her narcissism and her opiate drug addiction, especially the opiate drug addiction, completely took over who she was. And her personality changed. She became mean and belligerent and even more selfish than she'd ever been. And she just said and did some of the most horrible things that scared the bejesus out of my kids, scared the crap out of them, and sent them running and crying into other rooms. And I finally, one January day, just had enough. And there was a moment when I stopped being the victimized daughter of this overbearing addict, and I became the lioness mother to protect my kids. And that was the last time she and I had exchanged any words, and they were awful, awful, horrible. It was a terrible, awful, horrible day. And that was the last time we spoke. I saw her at my uncle's wake the following March, a year and 3 months later, and I didn't recognize her. It was like she aged 60 years. The drugs and stress and mental illness just physically changed her. Someone pointed her out to me, otherwise I would not have recognized her at all. It was weird. And then less than 6 months later, about 6 months later, I got a phone call saying that she had died around 4 in the afternoon. They're guessing 4:30 in the afternoon in her sleep. And, the official was congestive heart failure, but it was from the drugs. It was from a decade of prescription drug abuse. Completely killed her system. And I'm sad for her. I'm sad that she was unhappy most of her life. I'm sad that her life was so filled with negative, whatever it was, that she felt that this was the only alternative, and that she got hooked and refused my help. I tried interventions. I took her to pain doctors. I tried to get her admitted to a hospital so she could get detox. And no matter what I did, she just swatted me away. You're an English teacher. What do you know? You don't know anything. That's not true. You can't change other people. You're not responsible for them. The only person on this planet that you have any measure of control over is yourself. You're only responsible for your own actions, your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own behavior. That's it. You can't change or be responsible for anyone else. And this kind of goes hand in hand with the video I did yesterday about guilt. The only thing you can feel guilty of is if you're not living up to your own potential, if you're not being the best self, your best self that you know how to be. We can inadvertently do things that hurt other people, or we obviously all make mistakes. We are humans and we all make mistakes, but we're not responsible for what other people do. As a parent, you're responsible for what your 3-year-old does, but beyond that. Anyway, grief isn't linear. Feel your feelings. Name it. Identify it. When you feel it again, because you'll have a name for it. It'll take away some of its power over you, some of its power over your mood and your energy and your focus and your heart, and you'll be able to go on with your day. And if you're not, and you need to climb into bed or wherever your safe place is and squirrel away for a few hours or a day or so, then so be it. The world will continue. Take the time you need. Be kind to yourself. And move on when you're ready. That's my advice for today. 7 years. Have a good evening, everyone.